I watched the
co-main, the Neil Magny versus Rachmanov.
Yeah, Magny got choked out.
Which I'm going to have to learn his name because he looks unbelievable.
Well, yeah, dude, the same thing with Gamrot and Arman Sarukian. Look, we'll touch on it for a second, but what do you want me to say? They fought an amazing technical, fucking super close fight. Could have gone either way. There's not much more to say about that from mine or Dave's perspective.
Yeah, it's like they were both like really high level grapplers, like really good wrestling, cool transitions and fucking reversals and shit. I loved it. What can you say?
And look, both of these guys, the reality is it's like the new 155. These guys are fucking monsters. The division is stacked.
It does seem like in the world of UFC, we are every now and then you go through these periods where you can kind of see the sport evolving right in front of you. Yeah. And you're like, dude, we are really going through a change where all of a sudden there's these new guys who are fucking monsters, like just beasts, get so much better than anything we've seen before. And a lot of that, not all, a lot of it is the fucking Dagestani fucking boys, like a huge portion of it.
Yeah. And it's also, I think that style is becoming like you need to have sort of that grind them out style.
But it's not just grind them out. Like it's more specific. Like for a long time there was like in the Matt Hughes era, there were the guys who like could take you down and fucking hold you down and grind you out. But that was kind of like a freestyle wrestling. I'm going to shoot a double leg on you and take you down and stuff. And it almost like the guys got good enough at defending that. But now the Dagestani guys, it's almost like this thing where they get you against the cage, they get your back from a standing clinch position. Yeah. They've like figured out how to do like it's very weird. They figured out how to do these things like if you stand up, they take you down again. They kind of there's been an interesting evolution.
And it's also like crazy pressure where it's a little different. It's not like the typical sort of lay and pray or
no, nothing like that.
It was we're talking about like constant pressure, constantly breaking of the will. The amount of we're just talking about what it takes to sort of wrestle. I think that is such an intense way to be fought, right? And I think that you're watching it happen. And look, both those guys were incredible. I think they were ranked 11th and 12th in the division. You really look at it, it was such a close fight, and they also both got fight of the night bonuses. It doesn't really ruin their stock at all, right? These are both guys that are essentially neck and neck. It could have gone either way.
No, they're both like guys who are coming up and going to be interesting to watch in the future.
Yeah, and honestly, maybe we'll fight again in the future. I mean, this is like a crazy thing. Oliveira looks like all of these guys that are sort of coming up right now, 155. Oliveira looks like he's going to have a fucking rough time with.
Yeah, but Oliveira's looked really good lately, so it's very interesting to see. Oliveira looks like he's the best he's ever been by far. He's had unbelievable performances, and like I think I said this a few weeks ago on the show, but something.
I'm sorry, I have 15 producers and a blind kid is the only one looking at me. Nobody's responding.
There you go.
Just a coffee.
Somebody get Lewis a coffee. But like I said, there's something really cool about Oliveira fighting in his last 3 fights, fighting the best 3 guys in the division, and he's been dropped in every single fight and come back to win. Now, the cool thing about that is like, oh my God, that's amazing. Like, heart of a champion and all this shit. But the other thing about that is like, it's not exactly the same as being like an untouchable dominant champion. Like, he's been literally Chandler, Gaethje and Poirier all dropped him. Yeah. Like fucking had him in real trouble.
And that feels like the old guard at 155.
Yeah,
the guys that are fucking.
So we'll see. And now the first big
Makhachev
test for him is Islam. That's the question of like, ooh, how does that one go? Now I don't think it's that clear. I mean, I think Oliveira, especially a guy who's trying to grind out Oliveira, that's a very tough fucking thing to do. So it'll be interesting to see. But there's a lot of these guys. I'll tell you, in the co-main, Shavkat
Rachmanov.
Shavkat Rachmanov. I mean, this is another one.
Pull up the finishing sequence in the co-main event.
But even like just a second before you play that, is, you always say about me that I'm like, if we were talking old school UFC, I'd always be the guy like, I know everything that happened. I know every fighter. I know all this shit. Now there's so many guys that what's so interesting is there'll be these guys who I don't...
Cream as well, Coop. A little bit of the creamer, the French vanilla thing.
There's these guys I don't even really know. I think I saw one fight of this guy before. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you go, oh, wait a minute. So this guy's undefeated and he just dominated Neil Magny, who really doesn't get dominated like that. He's a really tough fucking fighter. He's a guy who's been there and fought a lot of the best fighters in the world. And it's interesting to see. So now you got there's just like these other guys who just enter the mix. Like this guy's never been beat and just fucking wrecked Neil Magny. Like, all right, well now that guy's a huge factor at welterweight. There's just a lot of these guys coming in now.
It's going to be interesting. There's so many syllables and letters in all of their names. It's like, could they just do the old school Asian thing where I can just call him Jack? Dude, I couldn't say Khabib Nurmagomedov. I still can't. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Khabib Nurmagomedov.
I'll tell you, it was when he beat Edson Barbosa. I was like,
when he beat Edson Barbutsas?
I gotta learn his name. I
couldn't say Babushka. I couldn't say Nurmagomedovs. I can't say any of it. By the time they have to become international phenoms before I can learn how to say their name.
Sit down and actually be like, okay, fine. You know?
Nurmagomedov.
Nurmagomedov. Nurmagomedov.
When's the last time you've tried to say this? Go ahead, say it.
Habib
He's debatably the best fighter of all time, dude. Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, but you're fucking me up by saying it so much right now.
Habib.
Is this what you're looking for?
Yes, this is the finish.
Ooh. That's crazy, dude. He's so tired he couldn't even hear his fucking corner because he held on for 2 more seconds. If you could tap, you could hold on for 2 more seconds.
Yeah, but sometimes you held on for 2 more seconds.
No, then you're out, but it's still the same end result, and you look more badass. Going out in that moment.
But that's true in general. You could always not tap and just go out to a choke, but I don't know.
Yeah, but now if you have there's no reason to go out. But when there's 2 seconds left, if you know there's 2 seconds left, you're holding on.
Well, I'm sure he had heard the fucking bang, bang, bang at 10 seconds and knew there was something in that ballpark. I don't know.
Nurmagomedov.
I think he was also done.
Go ahead.
You nailed it. Nurmagomedov.
Umar Nurmagomedov.
There you go.
That's his cousin, right? Umar. He fought as well. He won a decision. Completely dominant. I think he's also undefeated.
A lot of these guys.
A lot of the Nurmagomedovs.
A lot of Garmagomedovs.
Gargabugabugabaligovs. But that's the thing. How am I supposed to learn how to say all these names? Shavkat Rakhmonov. Matush Gamrot, Arman Sarukian. I'm doing pretty good right now.
You're killing it.
I am doing pretty good. All right, that was all the hard ones.
Well, they're fun to watch fight.
Who are the hardest names to say in MMA? Vic, can you give me the hardest names? I guess we'll do that the next show. We're going to do it now. Nothing in real time.
I think Tad Blasky. Now you put me on the spot. I can't think of any hard names.
I mean, I used to have a hard time saying Jan Blachowicz. It was Blachowicz. Well,
yeah.
Jan
Blachowicz, I've said many times.
Piotr Jan.
That's pretty. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty fucking.
But everyone called him Peter Jan for a while, and I was fine with that. I just say make your name a little bit more American.
Yeah, I agree.
I like I said, the old school Asian thing. Remember when they used to just pick an American name, and they'd just be they'd be like, his name is P. Shu Chang, and they'd be call him fucking
O.J.
Chad.
Simpson.
Whatever. That's what I like.
So yeah, look, great event.